Hey everybody, so I'm finally comfortable enough to show you this little project I've been working on for a few weeks now. This one isn't perfect, but it's close. It's just a custom emblem I'm making out of ABS plastic. So check it out. Coming up is how I made it. I got just a piece of wood here for now, and I'm actually going to try and carve something into it here in a minute. Spindle's going to be about 4,500 RPM. That's cranked all the way for this one. So that's the programmed speed. Sorry, I don't have my air compressor going, so it's kind of hard to see it, but it is running. On the screen is what it's actually doing. Alright, so I took a razor blade and cleaned up a little bit of it, so now you can kind of see it. It looks a little bit better. So this is what I'm going for. And that was after just a 1/4 inch just to hog out, the big areas of the material. Now I managed to take a piece of this Kydex material. I cut just a chunk off of it. Everything is touched off on the machine, so we're going to go ahead and start cutting it out. We're going to start with engraving the 2GR-FE portion down here. And then we'll move on to cutting out the outside shape of it with a 1/4 inch end mill, and then moving into an 1/8 inch end mill. So let's do this. Yeah. First pass is with a 1/2 inch flat end mill. I'm just going to face off the material, get rid of that texture, and we'll go from there. Float it way down just to make sure I don't hit it right here on the... Okay, we're good. Really close. It's about 1/8 of an inch away from that hold down bracket. Alright, so a little bit of love with some 3000 grit sandpaper. That was like 10 seconds of sanding and it already looks like that, so I'm not going to be too concerned with that right now. I'm going to go ahead and run the rest of the program. We'll worry about cleaning up all the little machining marks and everything when it's done, and then blast this with some nice paint, and it should look pretty sick. Okay, so this step we're going to go ahead and do the engraving like the first one, but I'm going to add that chamfer, so all in this one step with this one bit. Sorry, I got scared and paused it again, thought I was going to crash it. Oh crap! I'm running the wrong dang program. I think I might have just messed this piece up. I'll go ahead and run the right program, but I think I just screwed it up and put a line right in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's frustrating. That's a scrap part. I would almost guarantee it right now. We'll see how bad it looks when it's done, but I think it's garbage. So I set it up to run this twice, that way it can clean up any little pieces of shavings or anything like that, kind of just a clean up pass on it. So that's what we're doing right now. So this is that chamfer cut I was talking about. We're going to go do this and then we're going to hog out all the material around it. So you can see you got to be mindful of it. All the different clearances. If this hits anything, like your CAM software doesn't account for any of that stuff. So I think that looks a lot better than last night's with the square edges. It would look even better if I didn't have a big line going through the side here. Alright, let's switch it out. 1/4 inch bit is next, and maybe I'll just remember to open the new file so I'm not running the wrong file. Let's do it. Well, this is much nicer than the first one I did where I had to cut it off. I like that it's thinner right off the bat. Yeah, that feels like the right size now. Alright, so I'll probably take it in, wash it, get some of the dust off of it, and then grab a razor blade, clean up the little spots where the tabs were, and then kind of pick at this with my little scribe and try to get it all cleaned up, and I'll show you what it ended up looking like when it's done. But so far, I'm really thinking this is almost where I want to be. I think the only thing that I could improve on is just getting a little bit more wall thickness along the bottom so that the plastic isn't trying to fold over. Safety glasses, blind plastic, don't want it in your eye. So those tabbies I think I got those right about the right size. They're pretty easy to get off of there. And then maybe just a little sandpaper and they'd be cleaned up. Now I got all that inside junk though. At least this one's easy. But yeah, those letters and numbers are gonna suck on every single one, to be honest. I gotta figure out a way to machine that stuff and just have it come out clean and not still connected. A lot of these are like just barely hanging on by a thread. And so you could sit here all day picking at them, bending them back and forth, and drive you crazy. I can't do that. I got stuff to do. Honestly, guys, after shaving off that texture that they have on there, I honestly think this looks pretty good. Like, I'm not even sure I would need to paint that. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to have the letters filled in with something just to make them pop out. But like, just that matte finish. I mean, if you paint it, you got to worry about the paint peeling. If you don't paint it and it's already UV stabilized, is the fancy terminology now, then it's not going to get messed up. I mean, that looks pretty nice. So a little bit of sandpaper to take out my machining marks, and I'm actually going to order a fly cutter tonight, so that'll do the whole thing in one pass, and you won't even get that on the next one. Alright, coming up next on Top 10 Mistakes YouTubers Make, poor lighting. Sorry guys, I tried though. I got a light there, you just got blinded, and level of effort here, look at that. All those extension cords. Nothing's on fire yet, so I'm going to keep going, but I really want to show you just melting this sucker. Super simple process here. I just put a little tape on my car just to keep it, from getting scratched. And then basically soften the plastic, press it on there till it contours to it, and you're good to go. So, I'm doing this at night. I know YouTubers 101 says just record during the day if you got crappy lighting, but I got stuff to do. I got 2 kids, I got a family, I got a wife. So I'm going to do it now. Sorry if it's a little dark and crappy, but it is what it is. What I did on my first one is I just flipped it over. I don't know why, but it felt right at the time, and it worked, so I'm going to keep going. But flip it over, give it a heat gun. The sucker will start glowing a little bit. There we go. Run it on there, and it's kind of a feel thing. This one's not that thick, so and then you just kind of caress it and give it love. So yeah, that didn't heat up very much, but it actually already has a curve starting. That's how you heat it. I'm not going to show you twice because I want to try and get it quicker onto the car while it's still warm. Alright, I'm smelling it a little bit. Oh yeah, she's soft. Whoa, I didn't expect her to get that soft. Okay, that's a little intense. My 6 kind of got a little bent there for a second. But okay, so if you take a bunch of material off, you take a quarter of it off, you don't have to get it as, or give it as much heat. Wow. That sucker moved, man. It was like jello. That was almost too easy. Now maybe sand it a little bit. This stuff says it doesn't take paint, but I kind of want to try it. See, she's not flat anymore. There you go, guys. Check that out. Just use your sharp fingernails and push as hard as you can against the paint. That way you know that you're getting under the tape. If you feel a lot of resistance and screeching, that's good. That means you're pushing hard enough. There we go. This is all it takes to hold these on in real life. Just 2 little pieces of tape and they will never leave your car. Just kidding, this is prototype only. Don't do that. Whoa dude, sweet MR2. What? It's got a V6? 2GR? That's sweet. Even if your car is an NA, you can still rock that and everyone will be afraid of you. Everyone that knows what a 2GR is, which is like, I don't know, 50 people. Pretty sweet though. I think it's cool. I'd really like to hear what you folks think about this. Tell me if you like it, tell me if you hate it, because now that I've got this pretty well dialed in, I can make more, and I'm working on making the 2GR-FE lettering colored, so it should be pretty sweet looking when it's all finished up.